here's my problem with Cardi B and WAP. I haven't really paid attention, but sure as hell, maybe I'm wrong in this, but I think that a lot of young girls see that video and they look up to it.
Yeah, and a lot of young girls go, I don't get paid as much as men. I have to work twice as hard to get half as far.
So I'll be a stripper.
Why not? Like, I mean, if I'm 20 years old, if that was an option for me when I was 20 years old, I would fucking be at Dan Bilzerian parties. I would have done that if it was the only way that I could make fast money. Let's look at the fact that why is this women's only option? Why does
no, because money isn't everything. I mean, so this is the question about what society.
I grew up poor. I like money.
But I feel like you like other stuff more.
Well, I equate money to freedom. The freedom to get, I think women look at money as the ability to leave a bad relationship. There's the ability to be on your own and not have to be with someone that is, like, to me, money was about, like, I can surround myself with safe, healthy people because I can rely on myself. I think
that's well put. It's freedom. Money is freedom.
I grew up, my mom dated for money. She had to. That was in, that generation of women, that was your business, finding someone who could support you and then putting up with their behavior because what choice, you didn't have the option to leave. So I think for a lot of women, money means the option to leave and to be physically and mentally safe. And so that's why when people go after like gold diggers and stuff, I don't know, I tend to play angel's advocate on that one.
Wow, very nice. I would advocate, I wish Cardi B would advocate being a stripper as you work on your PhD or getting physics or something.
but why?
I just think, okay, so the societies can idolize certain groups of people. You can idolize athletes, you can idolize actors and actresses, you can idolize scientists or people who make a lot of money. And I just think that a society that's healthier looks up to people that are that seek knowledge, that seek creation, not just knowledge, but the creation of the creation of beauty. Now you can argue.
You watched the WAP video? It's pretty beautiful. There's a lot of beauty in that video.
But
and the physics of it, I don't think anyone can explain. There's a lot of physics.
That's true.
It defies gravity in a lot of ways.
You might require a PhD to study the physics.
I think she knows a lot more about physics than you guys do.
I take it all back. No, but like there's different definitions of beauty, and I think the sexualization. Listen, I'm a fan of it in some sense. I think it's sex is awesome. It's gonna get clipped out.
Just on a loop.
On a loop. But I just think there's extremes. I don't know. I don't want to overstate stuff, but I wish there was more scientists that young girls and boys would look up to.
Why are there so few women in AI and robotics?
I mean, that's a whole...
Why do only robots make robots?
Is my voice not exciting to you?
No, I love your voice. It's incredibly hypnotic and soothing.
All right.
Big fan.
A lot of people write to me that they fall asleep to my voice.
It's like soporific. You're like, I don't even need Ambien anymore. I just listen to you. Well, it's very monotone. Is that the word?
Yeah, monotone.
Monotone.
I don't know why.
No one falls asleep to my voice.
That's true. I wake up to it with a bop, 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 like I told you.
That bop, bop, bop's gotten out of hand. We need to...
it's now in your merch.
It is.
You have a couple like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shirts.
Yeah.
I already forgot what we were saying. The voices and waking up and WAP. Do you remember what we were
No, well, I think I was asking you about...
definitions of love?
No, but you haven't answered that. You've been avoiding it. Been evasive.
Yeah. No, okay, let's go there. Okay, what's the definition of love? I think we already started to talk about it in terms of relationships, like enjoying the being that is another human, like just enjoying them fully, understanding them, just like appreciating the beautiful aspects of another human being. That's, to me, is an essential part of like forming a connection with them. That's love. Being excited them being them.
So that sounds like radical acceptance to me, but
Is there
is it
what?
radical acceptance? That's sort of like, I think to me, love used to mean I love you. Now let's get to work. And
sex?
let's no.
Sorry.
Does sex feel like work to you?
Oh, I guess, okay.
So Lex is a top, FYI, to all the girls that are currently composing
Back
their
to the
DMs.
handcuffs and the, yeah.
No, but like I've listened to you talk about love a lot on various podcasts, and I'm not saying our definition is different, but I think it's taken me a long time to maybe think about it in a way that's less dramatic and romantic and
Like work.
like not work, but just like not putting the other person on a pedestal and not having like such high expectations over like what they need to provide. Like I feel like love and I think we conflate love and passion and infatuation and obsession. And I think it took me a long time to realize that obsession and infatuation, that is not, love. I think love should be sustainable and like kind of boring. Like it should energize you, not deplete you. It shouldn't be exhausting. Like we've all been in those relationships where you're like up till 4 a.m. and talking and it's like that to me is, I love the Flaubert quote. I just sort of said that really fast in case I'm mispronouncing it.
French.
Was that right? Flaubert?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Be calm in your private life so you can be violent in your personal life. I think there's something to be said for something that's kind of boring, for lack of a better word, because that just means you're secure and you're not being adrenalized and you're not fighting and you're not chasing and you're not questioning and oscillating and perseverating. I'm just saying every synonym to sound smart
really
in front of Lex.
No, for sure. But you're referring to the practical, like, how do we make this thing work? Like
Sustainable.
Yeah, it's good. But there's also just...
Sorry, can I say it?
Yep.
Sorry, I don't have a Jamie to pull up quotes for me. Be regular and orderly in your life so that you can be violent and original in your work.
Violent and original.
Like people like, I don't know in your field, but people like Will Ferrell and Steve Carell, they've been married for 30 years and are in these very stable kind of relationships. So you don't go home to chaos. You don't go home to overstimulation so that you can...
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of flavors of love, but...
I feel like you want like a passionate, like...
Well, it would definitely... passion, but it doesn't have to be work.
Yeah.
Like you're like conversations into 4. No, I just enjoy, like, I'm a fan of yours, and that's the beginning of love, right?
Being a fan of someone?
Like I kind of love Joe Rogan because I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love him as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of everybody, most people in my life, I would say, I'm a fan of. And like I could literally just, I enjoy the little quirks. Like you pick the good parts and you enjoy them.
Yeah.
That to me, like yes, of course, day to day, it shouldn't be like stressful to be with, like you shouldn't have to put on a face. You shouldn't, you could be real with them, all that kind of stuff. But there should be a source of like the little quirks is the thing that like makes your life worth.
Well, if you're in
living.
love with someone, flaws are quirks. Yeah. They're charming and they're endearing.
Yeah. And it's
right.
that's the stuff that makes it like awesome.
Yeah.
That's what makes you miss them, and look forward to seeing them, all that kind of stuff.
But I also think there's something to be said for, I remember my friend Jane, I was talking to her about this guy that she had gone through a divorce and she's like, I found the guy. And I'm like, how did you know? How do you know? Like, how do you know this is the guy? We all think this is the girl or this is the guy or we think we're in love. And she goes, when I'm not with him, I don't think about him. And I thought that was so interesting. She, of course, thinks about him, but she's not like worrying about him or obsessing about him. It's like, I can live my life and be in a relationship with him without it being a distraction or preoccupation. We can kind of coexist in an interdependent way instead of a codependent way. Like I can be the best version of myself when I'm not around, not with him and I think that's big. It's taken me a long time to go like, okay, love might not be about, do I love the other person and all that. We put it so much on the other person. Who am I when I'm with this person? I think that we're in love with someone when we this sounds so corny, but when we love ourselves to the max in the relationship with the other person,
Yeah.
I'm behaving optimally. I'm not being micromanaging. I'm not mothering. I'm not martyring. I'm not caretaking. I'm not obsessing. I'm not manipulating because you make me feel secure.
Yeah, but this word codependency that you've written, talked about a lot.
Here we go. This is one thing I do know. You might be smarter than me in every other area in life.
But like, do you think there's a beautiful aspect to, I don't know what, to dependency, to looking forward, not necessarily thinking about the person, but looking forward to sharing like the little successes you have in life, to like depending on not the approval of them, but like looking forward to sharing the successes.
But it depends on the motives. So it's like that the difference between codependence and interdependence is just motive. So like I can pick you up from the airport if I just want to be of service and I want to see you and I get a lot out of it. If I'm picking you up from the airport because I feel obligated to, I feel guilty, I feel like I have to, you're not going to like me if I don't, that's when we're in codependence. So you can do ostensibly codependent behaviors as long as your motives are what we say clean, as long as I'm not keeping score, right? So it's like, and I think it's just about not trying to chase or trap or emotionally entrench. I think every day you're with a person, it should be a choice, not an obligation. I wake up, and I think that to me is the sexiest kind of love, is every day I choose you. You don't have my hooks in me. I don't have my hooks in you. We haven't trauma bond. You don't feel pity or sympathy. That's my nightmare, is to be in a relationship with someone and they feel guilt or like they have to be with me, or pity, which is part of the reason I've started in dating people. I don't share a lot about traumas or anything bad that's happened to me too soon, because I don't want them to feel sorry for me. I don't want that to be why they stay.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like there's stuff you have to, I guess I don't have any of those particular demons. Like I already have always loved myself. Like you have, I mean, that's why you're inspiration to a lot of people, is you've worked through some stuff. I don't know. I'm happy alone. I love myself.
But you say you get lonely.
But what I mean by that is it's even more fulfilling to connect with another human being. But like I'm okay being by myself.
Yeah, me too.
Right? But like, I mean, can you say lonely and not needing, like,
You're a lone wolf. I think to me, nothing's more lonely than being with someone that doesn't understand you.
Exactly.
I'm so much more lonely when I'm in a group of 30 people that I feel like are not on the same wavelength as me. I don't feel lonely when I'm alone. I feel lonely when I'm with someone that doesn't understand me or doesn't see me or that I don't want to be around.
Yeah. And that's what we were talking about dogs a little bit.
The fact that you don't have a dog is a red flag. Girls, ladies.
Interesting.
FYI.
Why is that a red flag? Oh, single dudes have to have flags? Dogs?
I think it's odd when someone doesn't have an animal. I think we're designed, we should be with animals. I think if you have the resources to have an animal, I think it's odd to not have one. I think it's masochistic.
Yeah, I can see that, because then it's like a little bit American Psycho. Like,
yeah, he didn't have a dog.
Yeah, it's interesting.
He probably
You're right.
he killed it. I don't know. Like, why wouldn't you have a dog? You like to deprive yourself.
No, I mean,
because if you can't have if you think you're ready for a girlfriend and you're not ready for a dog, I feel like
women dogs.
I feel like I'm great. Now I'm getting. Please cancel me. Honestly, I try to get canceled every episode of this podcast, and for some reason, it's just not taking.
Yeah.
I just, if a guy doesn't have a dog, I'm like, my brain, right or wrong, I'm just going to be honest. Like, maybe it's my self-preservation instincts or my fear, whatever. I'm like, okay, afraid of commitment, not consistent. Like, why wouldn't you have a dog?
Yeah. No, I love dogs. I used to have a Newfoundland.
Don't want to be near one ever.
No, I used to have a Newfoundland, which is like these giant, I love giant dogs. Man, I love all dogs. Newfoundland are these like huge, like, mine was 220 pounds.
Whoa.
Hairy ball of laziness.
What was his name? Oh, God, they're gorgeous.
Black?
Black?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're like bears.
Yeah. Name Homer
Homer.
after Homer Simpson because he was clumsy and all
This
that.
is a photo of a baby next to a Newfoundland, and my ovaries are exploding. I just got pregnant.
Is that a good thing?
Oh yeah, in a good way. They're good point. Okay, no, they're getting whoppy. They're getting whopped up right now. They're getting whipped.
Yeah. Like cuteness. Yeah. But there's it is a commitment, and there's something I always valued. Now you get older too, which sucks. But I still see myself as like a little kid. But
We're all just little kids, right?
yeah, we are. Yeah, that's the funny thing. We're all the same people.
I think that's always what I do when now when someone is yelling or angry, I just picture them as a 5-year-old, like having a tantrum, and it makes me stop getting defensive because we're all just 5 and in suits and fancy clothes.
It all makes sense. Yeah, but
Everything makes sense.
I just feel like I want to. I really do want to bring more love to the world, and it feels like I have the skill set to build the kind of technology that can do it. And I don't want, like, I'm actually looking for a home now, like a place to really. I feel like I haven't been in a home yet, like a base from which you can get some shit done.
Yeah.
And then you can have a dog. I feel like I was trying to. Maybe it's me running from commitment, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I felt like I always want to be able to, in a single day, just leave everything behind. Like I left.
That's literally
commitment,
all
right?
the girls that were DMing you just deleted their
Yeah.
DM. I just want to be able to get up and leave at any moment and have no attachments at all. That's called a red flag, ladies.
No, I'm not being eloquent about it because I think humans come along on the journey. That idea of stability was never that important to me. I thought like life could be joyful with the people that are close to you. Mm-hmm. You should never be burdened by having a house or having possessions. Like the people matter. Like to me, people is the most important thing by far. Material possessions
It's interesting.
are nice, but they get in the way. And dogs.
Ooh, interesting. See, and maybe this is just my shit and I need to work on it. Like, to me, people are so unpredictable and mercurial that you can't rely on people. All you can rely on are the inanimate objects, like your home and your car and your having money in the bank. And that's real stability because humans are too flawed.
Says the princess in the castle with a Tesla.
With the moat. Don't get me started on the Tesla. Don't bring this up.
Yeah.
don't bring. I have thoughts on the Tesla. I have issues. We could cut this out.
No, go ahead.
I
Please.
just feel like it's taken me almost 2 hours to get into a rant. I just feel like there need to be more women in these. This has become such a man-woman podcast. This is so vintage Whitney, but I just feel like there need to be either more women or more sensitive men with kids in these rooms building Teslas and robots and stuff, because I just feel like no one, like a lot of.
There's not a woman's touch to the design of a Tesla.
Yes. Thank you.
But see, every time you tell that to me, you weren't
The second time.
This
It's done this twice. You're already sick of me.
I lose count. Are we fighting?
Yes.
Are you mad at me? What was the question? What are you thinking? Why aren't you texting?
Here's my deal with for all of these cars, can you please, I mean, you're the person I should be talking to.
Yeah.
So I just feel like these little, what's it called? A fob?
Yeah.
A fob, the little mini car. It's a mini.
Yeah. Okay. Key fobbers.
A key fob, right? Okay. It's literally a toy car.
Yep.
It's a little, and there's no keychain on it.
Yep.
It's made for people that we have purses, and you put it in and you lose it.
Okay.
And now I'm reaching around in my purse trying to find my little key fob, my little toy car, and then I'm stabbing myself with pencils and getting tetanus from all the shit in my purse.
And on the way to the car, you're being attacked by all kinds of
Well,
people.
there's that. I'm very attractive. I look amazing in these pants.
How do you even move about the
You'd
world?
be an idiot not to want to attack me. I turn sane men into rapists. No, but the little fob, like where do you keep? Where would you?
It's not purse friendly.
It's not purse friendly. And it's like, I guess you put it in your pocket, but women, we work so hard to not have lumps. Like we wear thongs so that you don't see a panty line. And now you want me to put a little toy car in my pocket.
You want a thong friendly.
Yes, now I look like I have like a weird tumor or something. Now it ruins the whole look. And then I walk to my car and the door won't open because it's in my freaking purse and the connection is not working. Can you please help me out on the words?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll write to Elon.
And then Alon, call me. I mean, I love Alon. Trust me. When you and Grimes fall apart,
you can message Grimes. Fall apart. Well, there you go.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that
creating
when
drama.
you fall apart, you fall together. Whatever it is.
Oh, that's poetry.
And then I went to visit Tim Dillon in Palm Springs, and it died. Right. And I'm like, fine. I'm going to go charge my Tesla at 2 a.m. in like a parking lot and just me alone in the dark. Yeah. Women don't have great associations with parking lots at night.
You know, you've brought this up to me many times.
Once. Who knew in this relationship I'm the math person?
Hundreds of times, and I didn't understand what you're saying.
Is this like Charlie Brown when I talk? It's just like wah 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 wah.
But I'm glad. You know, I'm glad you're saying it on a podcast because then maybe people can explain it to me.
So I'm just not making sense. My thing is that the Tesla can fart, but it can't open if a woman has the key in the purse.
There's some experience. Listen, I'm a huge fan of creating an experience that's like easy, natural for all the things you want to do. There's nothing in my experience that involves a thong and I can't even.
What? If you go on a date with a girl that I think you just need to. This is where I think
you lost me at going.
This is where dating people that you might not marry come in handy for someone that's the future of AI, for someone that's the future of robots. Like I say, for me, I do things that I don't want to do sometimes because I know that as an artist, for art to imitate life, I have to have a life, right? And for you to solve the problems of the average person, you have to know what the life of the average person is.
Yes.
So you might have to hang out with some people so that you know
to the to-do list.
So that you know,
you need to integrate.
Do you know what I mean?
Schedule. Yeah. No.
Just so you know what problems you're solving.
100%. I can't exactly visualize the problem you have with the key fob and the fumbling in the purse, like the dynamics of the stuff inside the. Are you one of those people with a million things in the purse?
Kinda, yeah. Well, I'm a woman. I have to have tampons and mace and water and birth control, and I have to have a pharmacy in my purse at all times.
So there's something about that that's
concealer. I mean,
yeah. So yeah. Well, I look forward to maybe Grimes can. She follows me. I've been on.
We'll post
Twitter.
this clip.
We'll post this clip.
But she seems like she has some notes for him. She seems like she's not afraid to challenge him on stuff. She seems like
on Twitter.
Yeah, damn. I mean, I love her, but I do think that I worry that not having enough women, at least just hanging out in the office with you guys,
100%. Like I've seen,
it's going to limit the technology.
Yeah, even the idea that pockets, like women don't always have pockets, is a novel concept to engineers. Like I didn't even think about that.
I mean, we're designed with a pocket, but we don't want to put our key fob in it. I'm just fascinated, and this is just my point of view when I look at new technology, and I'm just like, were no women there?
I'd be curious
in the making of that.
Yeah, I'm curious to actually hear what people say.
Because I actually think things are. It's like the same way that I feel like the add to cart, like that feature was made by porn. Sex drove the internet, right?
What do you?
That porn is what who developed add to cart, like e-commerce.
Cart? Oh, e-commerce.
Yeah, e-commerce, like porn.
That was
like
porn?
Sex drove it. Yeah, Al Gore did not invent the internet.
Porn did?
Believe it or not, porn kind of did.
Wait, can you? Are you just saying things?
No,
the shopping cart literally was.
Literally, add to cart was like a porn
Who
company.
Adds porn to cart?
When you used to buy porn, porn used to cost money. The only thing hotter than watching porn is paying for porn. There's something kinky about it.
Show me one person who pays for porn.
There's a comedian named Dan Mintz who has one of my favorite jokes on the planet, and he's very deadpan, like very Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg type. And he used to have this joke. I'm going to butcher his delivery, but he goes, with the internet, it's completely changed how, we watch porn. Like, before the internet, I used to have to like wait for the Sears catalog and like turn to the lingerie section. But now with the internet, I can just go to Sears.com.
Yeah.
It's such a great joke. But yeah, I think like